Red Dead. Sorry, we're taking on the Marine Loop track.
When I put this trip together, I had one plan. Because we've been on the road for a while, a lot of kilometers, a lot of heat, a lot of flies, and a lot of commitment. I really thought it would be a good idea to have one of those episodes where we just jump from waterhole to waterhole to waterhole. Kind of like a pub crawl, but like a waterhole crawl. As we have just transitioned into the thick of the corrugations of the Marine Loop, some of us started to hear some unusual noises coming from our cars. It's best to just pull over and check them early because there's a whole lot of kilometers left to go. I'm hearing a couple of weird little squeaking things that I think that are coming from a couple of bolts on my rooftop tent, so I'll check those. Meg's lost a mount.
Clip on lift the chap.
So we're gonna do some quick car check-overs and really do some bolt checks before we get any deeper into it because we're about 10 Ks in and this is the result of it. But that's okay. No need to rush. It's all about being safe. A big factor when you go traveling around Central Australia that I don't think a lot of people expect is how hard the corrugations can be on yourself and on your car. These roads do get serviced, but this isn't a monthly servicing. They need to get really bad before there's funding and time to be able to go and clean and start them fresh, and then they don't even last very long. Try to make it all the way until we got to camp so we could just get to camp early, achieve as much as we can, but believe it or not, corrugation's taking more out of us than what we thought. So we just pulled over onto the side of the road. There's like canyon things like starting to form, which I know that means we're getting close. So this is a really spot, and then cook up some lunch and feed everyone.
Let it drop. Represent, gotta do hella big. Had to run it back again, like represent, had to do hella big, had to run it back again, like
So I have an interesting point of perspective when it comes to the Marine Loop track. I've taken this on 3 times, this is my 4th, and I've done it in 2 different types of cars. Every single time on different suspension, because I've just continuously built cars and upgraded them and changed them. This is my first time rolling over it on superior gear. And I've come out here with way more weight, way more of a fleet, way more responsibility than ever before. And you guys know that I've been liking superior gear for a while, especially when it comes to wheeling, but I still love it in the Hilux. I built it to be a touring car, so I've just put my suspension together for a touring car. And it's when you hit roads and proper corrugations like this that typically would let your shock run quite hot, that I'm noticing when I get out of the car that 1, it's not running hot, it's cool as cucumber, and 2, the drive is comfortable as hell. I know it might not look it, okay, but like I've driven the PDR, I've driven old cars, I've driven all around the country on corrugations, so I'm well equipped when it comes to touring corrugations, and this classifies as comfortable. I know that all of my glass in the back is going to be really safe, my back is appreciating it. And when these washouts come that are a little bit unexpected, the car's handling it, and I've got really good handling in the steering wheel. You guys know that I'm massive on safety. If you're going to come out here, I want you to have the gear that's going to have your back. And I have no doubt, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I can say this with a lot of confidence. I have no doubt that I'm not going to have any issues with my superior gear on a road like this. Hundreds of kilometers in, still more to go, and it's going to be completely fine. And run cold, that's the most important part to me, is that I want my shocks to be running cold, so that I can go further and push further in the heat of the day and know that my shocks aren't going to let me down. So if you guys are looking at rebuilding your car, making some upgrades before you come out and do a big tour like this on proper corrugated roads, Superior Engineering, check it out on the website. You can find the kit that I've got in this Hilux, and it's super affordable as well, which is the best part.
1 minute you can be driving on a dead straight road, completely flat, give it like a good 2 hours, and all of a sudden you're getting these random rock hills just out of nowhere. Like you'll be driving along and it'll be so like vibrant and green. It's weird, just out of nowhere. It is definitely a lot different to what I expected.
Sometimes the best places are unplanned. We actually were meant to camp somewhere that no longer existed. So this time we've just used maps and we see this tiny little track with a little tent emoji. So we know we can camp down there, but we have no idea what to expect. So we're going down there, we've got low hopes. The sun is already starting to set. So we're kind of stressing at this point. Are we going to find a campsite while the sun is still up? To our disbelief, we pull up at the most beautiful campsite right along the river. The sun is setting, the sky is pink. That was our campsite for the night. Like, I was blown away at this point.
I have taken on a bit of corrugation damage. I'm going to do a full car walk around, but I can already see that I have lost a bolt somewhere, which is the bolt that holds the bracket that allows you to put the your spring arm in, which holds the rain visor of your rooftop. That arm that kind of goes like that. Not that, the bit that it goes into like that. Well, we end our day and we're on the doorstep of the McDonald Range National Park, which is where all the excitement is about to kick off. I've pretty much framed this entire episode around trying to make Kanisha smile. Because she told me one thing when I met her and she said, I like to drink alcohol and sit in a pool of water. So I've based this whole episode around taking these guys to the iconic canyons that you can swim in. And we are not even a few hills away from where this is about to all kick off. So we'll see you guys in the morning and we'll show you some of the best drinking places. And hopefully Kanisha is happy.
I will be, for sure.
I will be. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Goodbye.
Good morning. So we've gotten up medium early with a good attitude. We're excited to take on the McDonald Range National Park. There are 9 canyons that you can go swimming in, but there are 9 gorges that you can go swimming in, but I don't think that all 9 of them are worth your time. I'm going to show you 3 that I think that you'll regret it if you do not come and see them if you drive down this road. So let's get going.
This is what it looks like when you're a guest on a show, filming your own show, and got to carry all the stuff for the show as well. I'm like a 3-in-1.
This is where we're going. We're not here right now, but this is where we're going. And I just don't want anyone to see the photo when everyone's hanging around this area because it would ruin the impact. Do you want to quickly see it though? Ready? Ready? That's what you get. Go away now. Bye.
So Pat and I have come to the conclusion that because this place is just too beautiful, too good, we went to the cars.
Chuck the swimming gear on.
And we're getting the dad bods out.
Yep. Chassis.
we're getting the chassis out.
Well, Pat, you know what's go down really well right now? A cheeky great moment.
Yeah.
2 bros.
Oh, with the echo as well.
First sip, just a... Dude.
Alright, Kenny, it's no secret. I've already told all my mates that I've framed this whole episode around you.
Yeah.
So far of the destinations, what are you thinking?
Well, the one we just went into was great. It was very cold though. So cold. It'd be fun to come back
Can you hold this so I can swat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but, yep, keep talking.
I feel like it'd be fun to come back here in slightly warmer weather.
Yep. look. I've done this a lot, and one red flag trait that I have is unless it's going to be better than the time before, I'm like, I'm not doing it, especially if it's like numbingly cold. And also, they just all got in the water and started power swimming, and I was like, no one's realizing that I haven't left the shore. And then they were like 50 meters gone, and I saw an opportunity, and I was like, I'm just gonna dip. So I left.
So bloody hard, I can drill through a couple of brick walls right now.
I can tell that everyone in the team really liked Ellery Creek quite a lot. The intention was only to be there for half an hour, go for a quick swim, and then continue making our way through the national park. We got sort of sucked into the rabbit hole a little bit and started to enjoy it too much, and now it's been hours and we're only leaving. So you can probably tell that the sun is getting a little lower than ideal for us to be on the hunt for camp. So we're making headway now, and all I'm trying to cross my fingers for is that we get there before the sunset, because I get really upset when we miss it. The sunsets out here have been stunning, so I would hate to miss one on such a beautiful day like today. So manifest it with me.
That's not what you want.
No. This is the thing about being the pack mule, the organizer, and the leader of the trip. You need to do things first. And sometimes the ground might look hard. It did look okay. There was rocks. I wasn't super concerned, but as soon as I drove down onto this beautiful little sandy little headland just in the river that looks like the nicest spot to go camping, I've driven down onto it, broken through the water table, and it's just all turned to so quick. Yeah, ready when you are. This one definitely had my blood pumping, because every time Kenny would try to pull me with her patrol, I wasn't going forward. I was just going deeper. And I thought, my goodness, I might have to take this trailer off to be able to get my car out. I could see that the water was coming up the tyre because we were well below the water table. And as we were adding extra straps on, running max tracks and trying to communicate in the team to be able to be fast because the car is sinking, I'm just thinking, I'm gonna get sucked into this water table and the car's gonna settle beyond the diff and we won't be able to get my car out.
Everyone was kinda just thinking about how we're gonna get Bridget out. We'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. There was just a lot of confusion. I don't think many other people saw what I got to see, so it was just easier for me to send the Ranger around, hook her up, and just literally skull drag her straight out up onto dry land, because the Rangers are the best and we didn't want to be there all night.
I do feel more bonded to you now more than ever before in my life, because I've never been saved by you so many times.
I think you just need to start calling me Prince Charming.
Prince Charming, you reckon? I'm taking Lane, stop flirting with me.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, that was so frustrating. It's always the way. You're like a meter before camp. And because I'm the heaviest, the pack mule, and going into everything first, you're the one that gets bogged, you're the one that's got to figure it all out. And this is a hard car to recover with how I'm carrying so much water, you know what I mean? So much food, so much alcohol, so much everything. But we're out.
Impossible! It's so in there. Take 2.
Okay, we were at camp. A little bit later than expected, but we made it. Turns out we were always at camp. I just decided to get bogged for 3 hours, which is really annoying. But anyway, we've just come up to where we're not at risk of being on the water table, and we've just set up here, which is ideally, it is kind of nice actually. We'll be able to watch the sunset from here. The stars will be really good. There's no one around us. No one has come camping out here. So I think we're going to get a fantastic night. Did anyone receive any damage or any rattling of loose of the corrugations that we've done? Because I have done a couple of things, but I wanted to know how your cars went.
The bush in my shock just started to, like, I'm hearing a little knock, so literally just one bit rubber.
My car has handled it perfectly, other than my rooftop tent's got a bit of a squeak.
Well, I've had some unplanned weight reduction at the front end of my car. We did a little driving light delete. But it was within the first 5 kilometres. It was before all the corrugation.
Road, I give up. I surrender.
Yeah, I yield.
What about you two?
The last corrugation's
Surprisingly, nothing.
What about your back door?
Yeah,
Actually, yes. I don't know why, but the latch, when you pull the handle, it wasn't like fully opening the latch, so you couldn't open the door.
Yeah.
So.
Patrol drivers,
Nothing's
wrong at all with my car. I can't open any of my doors.
Now I can only open one door of the 5 that they've got. 6.
Yeah,
7.
but Kenny, it sounds like it was on its way out, but the corrugations just put the full
Bad
stop in
timing,
the sensors.
yeah.
How'd you go, Bridget? I'm surprised you didn't get bogged on the corrugation.
No. Good morning. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest, because we're friends. My head hurts a little bit. Why? You know why. We were celebrating last night how amazing the McDonald National Park has been. Everybody was loving it. We decided to have a couple of cans. And look, I was dehydrated, so the cans went to my head. But now it's a sad day because we're driving out of the McDonald range and then making our way back into Alice. However, I don't want to make my morning any harder than what it needs to be. There is a 5K four-wheel driving track to be able to get out of here. Nothing hard, but you saw yesterday that I got really bogged on my way in. I just don't want to deal with that today because I don't really have the brain cells for it. So while being conservative and trying to drive out of here, I'm picking smart lines and I'm doing myself some favors. But one thing that's doing me a lot of favors, I have to give it credit because it deserves it, is this camper trailer. I know I said a couple of episodes ago that I was really frothing it, but I drove it on the blacktop from Queensland all the way into Central Australia, and I said that I'd wait until I took it off road to be able to put my 2 cents on it a little bit harder. And now that I've done that, you know, multiple episodes deep, I've been bogged in it, done water crossings, we've wheeled it low range, had it on an angle. It really has excelled and done way more than I thought it would. But if I had to put it down to one thing, I think I've realized what the component of the trailer is that's making it so nice to tow. And it's the hitch point between the trailer and the car. I don't know a whole lot about them, but my basic research is it's one of those 360 ones. It's really good for off-road. It's got really good movement and rotation. Somebody that's got more experience with this, please feel free to come in here and educate me. But that's meaning that no matter what the car does or no matter what the trailer does or what position I put myself in, it moves so nicely that I can't feel it in my steering wheel. So it's feeling fantastic, and I'm really leaning into that, trying to get out of this four-wheel driving track today because I don't want to have any dramas. So being somebody that doesn't or has never towed a camper trailer around before, I've towed jet skis and horse floats and things like that. So I do have towing experience and I know what it can feel like when it's not feeling good. But this one has been the easiest thing to pull around that I've ever had connected to my car. And I really think that it comes down to the thought and attention to detail to make for a comfortable and convenient tow. So if you guys are in the market looking for a camper trailer, you've got a family, you're trying to pull a lot of people around, you're going on a massive lap around the country or coming into Central Australia, Take a look into hardcore campers. I'm loving this one. I'm liking pulling it more than I do my jet ski, and that's saying a lot. So that's another red dirt trip done in the memory bank and delivered to you guys. But this is just really the start. I feel like that I've just dipped my toe in the water for how far we're about to go. And the Hilux and myself is about to achieve something that I've never done before. I've always maintained this one destination in Australia. When you really think about Australia, almost on a postcard, what would that image be? I have this mental picture in my mind of what that image is, and it's a place in the country that I've never been to before. And finally I'm about to, and that's where we're going next. So this isn't the end of the Central Australian series, this is really just the start. But I need to take someone with me, someone that's capable, someone that's gonna have my back, and someone that also hasn't achieved this part of their bucket list as well, so that I can share this memory with someone, my first and her first. And that person is Meg. And we are about to cross over the border of WA to take on a part of the country that both of us have never seen before, and I'm really feeling like this is just the beginning. Coming up next on Red Dirt Diary.
I've spilt chalky milk on me. It's a really, there's no computer in it or anything, so it's really it's good for what's that word?
We decided to cut and peel when a man in his 80s trips down into the nude, butt naked, everything out, and went for a swim, and all the girls just went, I'm leaving. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Burger.
Also, I was telling the truth about the guy that got his out. That's actually over there. We would have just kept staying there. And then there was an 80-year-old in my face, so I was like, I'm leaving. I'm dipping.
Big snake. Bonus, big snake. Whoa!
My interpretation of the corrugation, the sound of the corrugation is da 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 da. Extra hoses, brake cleaner, rusted out scissors, small little crowbar, mallet, and a bag of bolts. What else have I got in there? Easy Glide. Why is that in there? That should be in the rooftop. Action. Welcome back to another episode of
Cooking Cool
with Pat and Bridget. Tonight is a simple ravioli, but it could be complex. Okay.
First up, water in the boil, water in the pot. Which
Honestly, I couldn't describe it as any easier. We can fade it up, eat. So that my drink is cold forever. Made by Red Dirt, tested by Red Dirt drivers.
we might redo that one.
Coles told me that this is Coles branded.
Did.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cooking with Bridget and Pat.
No, it's
Cooking good?
I lost.
Oh. Pat, cooking with Pat, Look at me. Oh my goodness.
Turn the camera.